Всем привет! Hey guys! Мне кажется, пока что все русские. Тут Лена, Артём, Саша, Яна. Это все Женя. Женя и его OnlyFans. Сейчас начнем. Привет. Привет. Так, я чат подвину на другой скрин, у меня их 3. Скажите, как вам музыка, громко, не громко? Или прибавить? И как мой голос вообще? Привет. Спасибо. Супер. Сейчас покажу, кого мы будем делать сегодня. Вот такую вот. Опа, Марк. Привет. То есть слышно меня хорошо. И музыка не мешает. Сейчас посмотрим, кто вообще меня смотрит. 8 человек. Это больше на 4 человека, чем в прошлый раз. Так, я сейчас его немного подвину, чтобы он мне не упал. Да. Так, нормально слышно? Окей. Я начну скульптить, а если у вас есть какие-то вопросы, например, что я вообще делаю, и как на этом вообще можно зарабатывать, я могу на это ответить. О, это так мило. Спасибо, Саш. Я его только сегодня купила. Чтобы рассказать, эта программа называется Zbrush. Так. Она используется для 3D скульптурирования. Сейчас мы ей добавим нос, чтобы это не так крипи выглядело. 11 человек. Это в 2 раза больше, чем в прошлый раз. Just in case if someone is watching me who's not Russian, hi. Welcome to the stream. Если что, первые минут 40 это будет выглядеть очень так, как пришелец. Да, Артём. Ты как знал, у меня тут на левом экране твое лицо. Для референса. Это все Женя слил, да? А Женя вообще тут? Мой пиар-менеджер. Как часто планирую стримить? Пока что мне это очень нравится дело. Пусть меня и смотрит там 5-10 человек. Мне очень нравится отвечать на вопросы по 3D и вообще про индустрию в Новой Зеландии. Поэтому думаю, раз в 2 недели, раз в неделю. Так. Мне нравится. Вот. Надо ей глаза добавить. Пока что страшненькая. Я так рада, потому что на предыдущем стриме это было ужасно. Я стримила с веб-камеры, и звук шел оттуда. И тут все гудело таким вот нойзом. И благо я посмотрела пару туториалов на ютубе, как это все предотвратить. И вроде работает. Эй! Тут весь гэнг. Тут все. Тут Лена, Артём, Яна. Даже Эмили с Милой смотрят. Обычно больше народу подходит после часа, когда это приобретает уже какую-то форму более нормальную. и люди с Инстаграма начинают смотреть мою сторис, понимать, что я стримлю. I see you making friends, Artyom. I'm using a Wacom Cintiq, which is tablet, but with a screen on it. Так что definitely not a mouse. Stylus. Where am I showing it? Yep, that's right. Yeah. Ну, тут все на английском говорят, поэтому, наверное, буду на английском. Отчасти. Не знаю, что рассказывать. Можете позадавать вопросы, если не лень? Я на них поотвечаю, и оттуда истории появятся. Да, может. Можно его попросить. Nah, he's too shy to do that. Про лимон в глаза. Лимона в глаза не было в жизни. Yeah. I still skate, although not that often. Auckland is quite hilly, unlike Chisinau. Well, Chisinau is a bit hilly too, but it's quite impossible to skate in Auckland from like one point to another. Нет, я не могу вас слышать. Про первую... Было. Это было не очень приятно. Да. Саша, скорее всего, помнит. Александр Пиху. Он был со мной там на корпоративе у Симплса, где нам выжимали лаймы в глаза. Это было. Это было. Потом все чихали этой солью, которую нас заставили тоже нюхать во время обряда посвящения. Но это такой PG-18 контент. Did I create hairs in Zbrush? Yeah, so... No. And yes. So my recent artwork, the most recent artwork is this one. And for this particular artwork I used XGen, which is a plugin, a hair plugin for Maya. So I sculpted like a base layer inside of Zbrush and then just like, I think I completely scratched it and like did it from start in Maya. Yeah. I think I have a file somewhere here showing how it looked like inside of Zbrush. This one, yep. Yeah, so so you can see my hair actually looks more like the sculpted version. Well, somewhat. I like to brush it like down this way. So I initially wanted to go with this kind of hairstyle, but then I quickly realized that it would be so much more fun to make this like crazy, untamed ponytail kind of hairstyle inside of Maya. And so I did that. Same plugin. You know your shit, Artem. Okay. Man, does she look ugly. That's probably she doesn't have a brain yet, or like space to fit it at least, so we're just gonna extend it a little bit. And from the top view, smooth it out a little bit. Она переживает. Нет, я вас не могу слышать, но я могу читать сообщения. Вы можете меня слышать. Это было бы сумасшествием, если бы каждый в чате мог говорить. Это была бы какофония. Поэтому только вы можете меня слышать. You're welcome. Oh man, multitasking is hard. Yep, sure, I will. Yeah, the chat is supposed to have some sort of delay. For some reason I can't change it. It's like grayed out. So in case if you guys know how to change it, there's just gonna be a delay. Yeah, so it's like a guide. So this thing is called Gizmo, which is basically showing you the coordinates X, Y, and Z. And this little hat is just for like not getting lost in the 3D space, knowing where basically south, north, east, and west are, but in the 3D space. You can also use it as a guide if you're sculpting characters. I think that's why it's there. You can turn it off if that's disturbing. Let me know. I'll keep it on for now, so I don't mind. Alright. Nah, you're not disturbing. Not yet, at least. And if anyone, it's Eugen we should be worried about. He promised some R18 content, really. So I think you're safe, Artem. I'm just kidding. Just in case anyone doesn't know. Okay, I think I'm gonna paint some eyes real quick. So the way I like to do that, I pick the color for eyes and I switch onto this thing and I fill it in, and then I pick the darkest color that the artist used. Maybe bigger. Okay, again. something like this. She looks creepy for now, but I promise it will look better. Как вообще в Молдове дела, Саша? Расскажи. Там воевать с Россией не заставляют? Что я слышала со стрима другой девочки, украинки, которая тоже 3D-шница. Она сказала, что там теперь это обязательно все женщины должны служить. Окей. Ну, ты вроде жив, так что думаю, все пока в порядке. Бред? Окей. Ну, я надеюсь, что бред. Эй. Мне кажется, у нее больно далеко выступает челюсть. Как будто у нее прикус неправильный, поэтому я его немного сожму. He somehow looks even worse now. Okay. I think it's this thing. Too protruding. In case you see me turning my head a lot, to the left. I have a second screen with my references there, which I can show if you guys want to see that. It's just anatomical references. Oh, what happened here? Okay. So now I'm gonna combine these parts together so they look more organic. Somewhat. That's Thunder X3. It's just something that keeps my back from killing me. Really helps. Oh. Эй, да, красотка. But yeah, it's a nice chair. You can like unfold all like 180 degrees. It's too deep. I'm one of those people who still hasn't remembered like all of the keys on the keyboard. And I'm an artist who does it every single day, like who uses keyboard every single day. And it's just so embarrassing because I sometimes need to go and check whether I'm hitting the right keys. Like, it's just embarrassing. Okay. Простите, я запуталась. Кто такие наши все? В Молдавии холодно, в отличие от Новой Зеландии, все с января простужены. Ну, конечно, у нас середина лета. Точнее, уже под конец лета идет. Конечно, у нас жарко. Да, я тоже думала взять себе кейпад, но я не нашла ничего стоящего в Новой Зеландии. Никто никогда об этом не слышал. Только с Амазона заказывать. Окей. I think I'm gonna add some real quick, like I'm gonna add some basic hair real quick so she doesn't look so weird. На фоне играет очень прикольная подборка. Это мелодии из аниме, поэтому ты, возможно, поэтому слышал. Но это только мелодии. Это сейчас Евангелион. Сори, не помню, как это произносится. Вот этот вот. Привет, Ринда. Thank you, but still doesn't look anywhere near of what it's gonna look like. Hopefully. Yeah, it will be, but for now it's just a placeholder, so she's not bald. Oh, it's also her eyebrows, they're missing, so I'm gonna add those real quick as well. By the way, guys, you don't have to stay for the whole stream. You can just come in an hour and check on me, and I'll still be there. I mean, here. But you can also stay if you want to. I think I'll start by just adding like donations. I still have to figure out how to do that. Still learning OBS, which is the streaming software that I use for streaming. And there is a way to add like donation kind of link, so you can like buy me coffee. So that's in the future plans. Да, спасибо, Саш. Мне тоже нравится смотреть за другими художниками, как они скульптят, учиться у них. Но обычно я параллельно тоже работаю над чем-то и смотрю, как они скульптят на другом экране. Вот. Это такая тема, когда не хочешь быть один, когда ты работаешь. Или работать не хочешь один. Can someone donate a kidney to you? We can make a fundraiser. You feel like your kidneys are giving up? Good, good. It's a good start, you know. Of course I do. I even, like, no jokes, have a like a crypto wallet that I set up last year. I haven't used it in months, but I have it. It's gonna be Moldovan crypto. Are you sure? Eugene, you know it's a touchy topic. You know it. I'd be very careful of the next thing that you're gonna say. I think she has like a pointier chin on the artwork. Now I'm gonna do the thing that I hate doing, but I need to. I'm gonna scale her up. I'm gonna drop the opacity. I think I'll turn off the hair for now. Cool. And now I'm just gonna try and align the reference image. And I'm gonna save this angle. Layla, what is your opinion about NFTs? I actually have one NFT that I made, and I can like send you a link later. Obviously, no one bought it, but I do have it. Just for the sake of having an NFT piece. And now you cannot buy this end result as an NFT item, simply because this art belongs to Selena Art. So it's an artist that I follow on Instagram, and like I don't think I can use someone else's creation and just like translate it to 3D. Obviously add my own like touch to it, but it's still like the original concept belongs to another artist. So I might get in trouble for selling it. So yeah, as you can see, it's like quite far away from the concept for now. But we're gonna work on it. Especially, yeah, I think it's her nose. It's the biggest problem for now. Sure, I'll make you an NFT and you'll buy it, and then when it becomes super famous and super popular, you can sell it. I lost you guys. Can you please speak English? Okay, I think music just stopped. That's a very awkward angle. Mhm. I didn't tell you guys to shut up. I wasn't following you in your GPEG NFT jokes. Come on, I'm not that rude. Alright. I need to make her eyes way bigger. And then I like it. We are camping next week, aren't we? Ugh. On YouTube Premium. What is that? А что, я сломала симметрию? Не, она не сломана. Зачем мне их разделять и отсимметривать? Я попытаюсь ее держать симметричной, сколько смогу. Потому что мне сохранит очень много времени. Что ты имеешь в виду правильно передать глубину взгляда? Ну, глаза у нее не симметричные. Глаза — это единственная вещь, которую я не буду делать симметричной. То есть, видишь, они по-любому не будут совпадать, потому что когда 2D-художник рисует рисунок, он просто представляет себе примерно, как вот правый глаз будет выглядеть слева. То есть, как перспектива будет менять размер глаза. Спасибо. И они не особо думают о том, как какой-нибудь 3D-шник, как я, залезет и начнет это все вот мусолить, и начнет такое, как бы это сделать по рисунку. И видно, что вот я сейчас делаю 100% симметрично каждую часть. Но она не совпадает с концептом. И это нормально. Просто придется на некоторых вещах придется кое-что поменять в конце, чтобы компенсировать вот концепт Я не хочу ее делать какой-то страшненькой, чтобы выглядела только с одного ракурса красиво. Чтобы она работала со всех ракурсов, потому что это же 3D, в этом весь прикол. Окей. И тут вот у нас ухо начинается, а ушей еще нет. Но посмотрите, на концепте их вообще видно. А на концепте их не видно. Но я их все равно добавлю. Purple brows look great, by the way. What do you mean purple? Ah, you mean like on the concept? I think they're more like red. Or do you mean like, do I have purple brows? I'm just gonna quickly show you guys some anatomical reference that I'm using. How like all the bone structures and muscle structures work. What happens when we have like stronger expressions? What happens to the muscles and the tissues? And how like how far in the eye socket sits depending on the ethnicity. I don't want to say anything wrong. Yeah, so I basically mean like that sometimes bones can be like flatter or they can be less protruding in some people, and really depends on the race. So I would imagine this is an Asian girl and it's more like of a European. Animation and anime studios character faces got shape changed for different point of views. Oh, really? You love that book, right? I was at one of the stages of editing, so I really liked it. Yeah, I think it was the preview of the topology. The topology is basically all of those squares that the model consists of, and like it can have like different colors. It's just a preview. I think her actual eyebrow color will be something like this. Yeah, I'll keep it. Okay. In animation and anime studios, character faces got shape changed for different point of views. That's interesting, because normally the way it works in big animation studios, from what I heard, is they spend quite a lot of time on the main characters, and the character gets approved from every single angle, from front, the back, side, 3/4, top. Like they look at it from every angle, and then it gets approved by the director after like rounds and rounds of feedback, and then it makes it into the movie, and like it looks good from all the angles. What Sasha is saying is that some studios change the way the character looks like depending on the angle, so it looks good from every angle. Or at least that's the way I understood it. Yeah, that's a great book. The one that I just showed. The Anatomy for Sculptures, I think it's called. Okay, she has more fuller lips. You can see me jumping around like lots of stages and lots of like facial traits all at the same time. It's just that I don't get too focused and too invested into just one area, and like can tunnel vision very fast on characters like this, and you can just like spend 2 hours perfecting this nose, and then you like zoom out and it looks like, well, not good. I don't want to say shit because I think Emily's watching. Yeah, it doesn't look good. So I tried to focus on all the areas at once. How do the highlights work in the eyes? Are they already different material? Yeah, they are different material. You got it right. So they're different, they're called matte caps or materials. I'm using just the basic one for the face, and then there's also the eye reflection one, which is similar to this one. You can assign it, and then you can see the difference. But for me, it's too bright, so I use a similar one, like this, with just a simple reflector. So basically, behind the model, there is an invisible lighting source, just like 1 point light, and it's just shining into her eyes. And this material is like 100% reflective, meaning that the eyes pick up this glossiness, like this reflection of the light source, just like if I had like a lamp. Well, I have actually a lamp right above me, and you can see reflections in my eyes. And this material is rougher, the one that I use for the face, so it doesn't have the same type of reflection. Для рисованной анимации они меняют немного анатомию по практике, особенно в аниме. Для рисованной, конечно, да, там же не 3D модель. Там намного сложнее. Тут для меня все компьютер делает. Все просто. Я делаю левую сторону, оно все рефлектирует на правую. Мне не нужно думать о том, как это все будет выглядеть в перспективе. Я просто двигаю мышкой, перспектива меняется. А в 2D, там, в оригинальных там, мультиках Диснея или в аниме, там все сложнее. Поэтому я 3D аниматор, артист, а не 2D. No worries. Если есть еще какие-то вопросы. If you guys have any other questions about like my pipeline or what I'm doing here, just ask. I'll be happy to answer. Okay. So she has more of a duck face right now. I think I'm gonna push those lips a bit inward. Спасибо. Нет, это было очень грязно и некрасиво на самом деле. Я бы хотела провести больше времени на глазах, и я, скорее всего, к ним вернусь. Я обычно провожу больше времени на этом моменте. Сейчас я делаю что-то очень странное, чтобы понять, какой будет вообще объем у волос. Наверное, я просто сделаю как-то так. Пока что. Они разлетаются немного. Для чайничков, просто чтобы было понятно, вот это все мои браши, как в фотошопе браши, только они 3D-шные. Их на самом деле очень много. Вот они все. Но вот внизу все, которые я использую больше всего, там 80% времени. Все, пока-пока. Спасибо, что была тут. Да, я их использую, и у них каждый свой property. Какие-то тянут, какие-то там, наоборот, вдавливают. Прям как с глиной и со всякими такими tools, которые ты используешь для того, чтобы глину манипулировать. Как в настоящем скульптинге. Ну, что-то того. Я пока оставлю. Потом это все буду делать. А сухом я считерю, потому что его и так не видно. Я и вот так возьму его и налеплю. Это неправильно с точки зрения того, что если ты хочешь учиться скульптить уши, то так делать не надо. Но я уши плюс-минус умею скульптить. И они занимают очень большое количество времени, чтобы правильно их сделать. Поэтому я просто сейчас зафигачу такое вот ухо. Плюс мы его никогда не увидим, потому что оно все будет закрыто волосами и шапкой. Они масенькие. Так получится. Thank you. I'm not really that fast. It's like it's been an hour and 10 minutes. And I'm still like sculpting the head. But if I were to do that at work, yeah, I would spend way more time doing it, probably like the whole day for a character. But like the rules would be different for work. I would need to be more careful, and I would need to spend more time on optimizing the model. Уши как отпечатки пальцев, да? Да, они очень уникальны для каждого человека, каждого персонажа. По маленьким, по большим. У меня у брата очень большие уши. У меня они такие нормальные. Мне кажется, если я сделаю и масенькие ушки, будет странно выглядеть. Еще их надо немного отвернуть вот так вот, чтобы тут было место. У нас там на самом деле очень выразительная впадинка есть. Сейчас покажу. Mastoid process. Вот такая вот впадинка. Прям за ухом. Которая создает такую вот интересную тенюшку. Я попытаюсь сейчас это тоже сделать на персонаже. И будут ресницы. Ресницы будут такие. Очень мало их будет. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть. То есть будут такие клампс. Скорее всего, я там сделаю по 5 маленьких ресничек, и я их всех соединю в одну. Ну, это же стилизованный персонаж. Да, анатомию нужно знать. Я ее все еще учу. Почему? Потому что я бросила художку. Я ее не выучила. А вот Кристина учила, моя сестра. И молодец, что ее учить надо. Пытаюсь понять, где ухо соединяется. Сейчас на себя посмотрю. Блин, у нас челюсть уехала. Опа, Гриша тут. Привет, Гриша. Как делать донейшн? Давай просто кофе мне купишь пока что. Я еще не засетапила донейшны. Это будет в следующий раз. Я, кстати, прикольную штуку хочу похвастаться. Скачала себе, только сегодня выучила. Она, короче, позволяет делать вот так. И я что-то не так сделала. Нет, все видно. Вот. Прикольная такая штука. И скоро научусь и донаты делать. Когда будет счастье. Окей, с ухом разобрались. Нет, никаких дринков. Разве что водичка. Хотя надо бы, потому что Скоро день рождения у Кристины и у Тимы. А там Джеред будет. И меня спевать будет, как обычно. А я же lightweight. Улечу. Да, be right back. Там вообще много прикольных таких штук. Я забыла начать стрим. Там нужно было его начать с вставки, там типа stream starting. Ничего, я его так завершу, там типа stream ending. С такой заставкой прикольной. Там есть еще пару приколюх, где просто мое лицо на весь экран почти. И там чат сбоку. И я отвечаю просто на вопросы, когда не скульпчу. Вот. Пока что никуда. Плюс это не такой уж и крутой урок. В будущем, да, может, будет. Билетик передать за просмотр. Подожди, билетик это как в маршрутке? Или в троллейбусе? Да я чё-то не уезжаю. Ну это же не урок, это стрим. Урок это нужно прям сидеть, записывать и какой-то очень нужный материал начинающим 3D-шникам давать. А у меня тут нет ни программы, ничего. Программу нужно написать. А, как в кино. Поняла. Да видишь, я одичала, мы в кино так часто ходим тут с этим ковидом. Сейчас я быстро референс на губы найду. Подкаст элемент как у Рогана. Да, я хочу очень подкасты делать. Меня позвали на один у русской девочки. Такое вот хочу себе. Я очень надеюсь, меня за это не забанят. Вот все-таки анатомия. Не должны. Так, губы. У нас, то есть, вот до сюда идет примерно. Уф, выпуклость. А тут наоборот. Пухлость получается. Окей. Едем дальше. Надо шею делать. Но она еще парящая такая голова. Шею мы сделаем из сферы. Такой вот. Опустим ее. И вот так вот. Пока что мы ее не будем поворачивать. Мы это сделаем попозже. Сейчас добавим еще сферу. Сюда. Это будет тело. Ух, у нее большая будет. Этим мы займемся чуть позже. Меня один раз стрим сняли из-за того, что я грудь делала на стриме, что это контент был 18+. Поэтому нужно очень аккуратно это все дело скульптить. Немного показывая. Выжала ее немного. Thanks. That'd be awesome. Oof, her neck is thick. And this concept is actually alright. There's this thing with 2D artists trying to make like all of the female characters have extremely thin necks to the point where it's like so disproportional that it's like sickening to look at. And then when you try to translate it to 3D, it looks funny, like one of those toys with bubble heads. Can you bring back the reference, please? Yep, sure. Obviously her torso is not in the right position, because that will come in later in posing. What I'm doing right now is I'm sculpting everything mirrored, everything symmetrical, and then after I'm satisfied with all of the proportions, I'm gonna break the symmetry, which is a term to make something asymmetrical. And that's when I'll rotate her bust like less towards the camera. And like she's got a really weird pose going on with her neck looking, oh man, how is she even doing it? So it's like this. I'll need to take some reference photos for like the neck and how everything here is working, because I think it's not 100% anatomically correct. I'm not sure whether you can actually turn your head like that, but we'll see. Yep, here is the reference anyway. Okay. So her eyes are now a bit too big. Okay. Yeah, the eyelids coming out way too much. The reason why I keep everything separate is just for the ease of manipulation. Like if I had everything combined together, I would like be affecting one area and then the other area would be affected as well. And for now I'm just trying to keep it all clean and separated. Okay, she's got the thinner eyelid, so I'm just gonna go in with the brush pinch, and I'm just gonna literally pinch it to the desired what I want. I think her like eyebrow area is supposed to sit more over the eyelids. Alright. More like this. And now that's weird. Yeah. I forgot to turn on the symmetry at some point. Oh, she looks so weird without the eyebrows. As a matter of fact, anyone without eyebrows looks weird. Like if you try to like remove eyebrows in Photoshop of any person's face, they immediately look so different, almost unrecognizable. Now she kind of looks intimidating. Do you love this lighting? Okay. Oh man, she looks creepy. Okay. I'll put some color on. Yep. What is it? Party in the background and different music. Hey, if you don't like my music, you can tell me. But I was going for something more chill because I'm gonna be here for a few hours. Yeah. Can be the props. Yeah. What's the name for it in English? Masovka? She needs flashes. I'm gonna put some proxy clothes on so she's not naked and I don't get demonetized for it. something like this. I'll probably never have balls to wear something like that. Perfect lipstick. Not yet, but thank you. It will be perfect at some point. She's getting really pretty. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Emily. I'm so glad you're still watching me, even though it's so late. This will do for now. There's something going on with her back. Yeah, got a huge back right now. We'll fix it. And a live DJ. I like the music, but if we have a party, what do you mean if? I have to have a party. I don't remember last time I've been to a party, to be honest, with all the work that I've been doing. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this material a little bit. Turn off her hair. Ooh, what happened there? Gonna add some shadows real quick. Okay. What should I work on next? Oh, her nose is so weird. It's just, my vision gets a bit blurry after a while, after looking at the same thing for a while. So I can't see certain elements that are off. So if you guys could just point out what I'm not seeing. Sounds a bit confusing, but just basically like criticize as I go. Maybe the process will go faster. Still feel like her lips are off. I'm just gonna go in and fix them really quick. Just gonna quickly mask out the upper lip part, like so. And then maybe I'll push it forward. What that looks like. Yeah, but as you guys can see, it's a very long exploration process. It can take up to like a week on the stylized character, like day-to-day work. Or like even a month on realistic character, up to 2 months maybe even. Really depends on the use of it. Whether that's for a movie, or for a cartoon, maybe for a game or a cinematic. This one is just for fun. So it's not gonna be a week or a month. Just a few more hours. I probably won't finish it today. I'll sit and work on it a little bit tomorrow as well. A really cool feature that Zbrush has, well, a lot of 3D softwares have, is it's an undo history. So I can see how this model looked like at 9:10, so like 12 minutes ago. How it looks now. I think it's pretty cool. Thank you. Спасибо. Честно говоря, пока что не очень. But we'll get there. Думаю, ресницы добавить. С ресницами тоже немного страшненько. Спасибо. Fun story was that I was watching another 3D artist who is a dude sculpt a female character, and they were like really struggling to figure out how to like paint the face, like what I'm doing right now, like adding shadows and like different color values to the face, like highlights in here and like darker shadows in here. It was like, oh man, I was struggling with this character for a while, and so I just ended up watching some makeup tutorials to figure out how this stuff works on females, just to understand how to sculpt and paint, texture female characters. I thought it was pretty funny. Oh, thank you. I think I can show you some some more hair stuff in a minute. The way I'm gonna do it later when I flesh out the overall mass a bit more. Give me a second. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's not bad. So the way I'm gonna do like all of these crazy strands, it looks like a lot of work, but actually Zbrush is a smart program. So I'm gonna just grab the color of a hair, and then there's this brush. Well, actually quite a few brushes that allow you to do something like this. And then I can just drop down the opacity on this one. Just do stuff with it. And then and smooth it out a little bit. Just put it into place. And then repeat it like 200 times and you got yourself a 3D character. Well, jokes aside, it's actually quite a relaxing process. Some people might find it frustrating, but I actually quite enjoy it. Сделай ей горбинку, как у настоящего джигита. О боже, Саша. Горбинку. Мне кажется, у нее на концепте очень-очень ой, не прямой, а гладкий нос с гладким переходом. Конечно, могу по фану ей сделать что-то такое, но мне кажется, это будет выглядеть странно. Хотя на вкус и цвет, если честно. У меня просто референсы более таких японских девочек с левой стороны. Что она, мне кажется, немного такой смешанной девочкой. Смешанной расы. Вот. Что-то больше такое. Губы не такие маленькие, правда? Я поняла, что ты пошутила, я поняла. Так, странно, у меня волосы идут. Так, оставлю. Ага. Они у нее вообще уходят назад. Так. Сейчас использую такой браш, называется Inflate. Она берет и делает такой вот шишку. Очень такая полезная штука. Посмотрим, что дальше. Ой, его забыла включить. Да, тут очень много прикольных вещей в Zbrush. С некоторыми прям весело работать. Нет, вторая прядь идет. Так, вниз. Можно взять вот такую вот кисточку и подвинуть вниз сильно. Так. В общем, волосы — это отдельная тема. Я ей посвящаю обычно много часов. У меня был такой персонаж, над которым, наверное, 60% времени ушло на волосы. Вспомню. Покажу. Похож чем-то на этого. Вот такой вот персонаж был. А я там долго морочилась. Там усик делала. Волосы один за одним скрутила. Но это опять же просто часы и часы работы. Начиналось все там... Ой, со сферы. И выглядело оно тоже все очень призабавно. When am I gonna add the hat? I'm gonna add it eventually. Like, I can add it now. It's just I don't think it's gonna really help to read the character better. But because I love you, Emily, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna start by just adding... I feel like the music is a bit too loud. Okay. What if you first create lines and after solidify, skin them? What do you mean solidify? Here. What if I like create a rig for hairs? Just gonna move around for the head, I guess. It's not really gonna be dynamic. Okay, onto the hat. So like I said, I'm gonna initialize cylinder. Yeah. Sheet. Не думаю, что я до конца понимаю вопроса. Если ты имеешь в виду, если... Do you mean if, like, I do it with curves? And then, like, I add thickness to the curves? I could do that, just not inside of Zbrush? Inside of Maya, possibly? There's also a software called Blender, which allows you to do that. It looks funny. Okay. It's gonna be the base of the hat. Okay. Now I'm gonna add an edge in here, which is грань in Russian. Now I'm gonna mask. Reverse the mask, and then I'm gonna scale that edge that I created. Да, я имела в виду, будет ли это оптимальнее. Yeah. That would be more time saving, but I don't want to go into Maya because it's more of a Zbrush stream, so I'm trying to use as many tools inside of Zbrush as I can. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it is. It's just the way that I'm used to do. I'm used to the most. I've seen artists do that inside of Blender and Maya and other software as well. Oh, why doesn't it wanna? Well, sometimes ZBrush is just weird. I'm like telling it to extrude this and it just doesn't for some reason. Oh yeah, now it does. Who knows why? It's a bit too thick now. Моя страшно неудобная для моделинга. Do you use 3D on iPad? No, I don't have an iPad. I've seen some sculpting apps for iPads though. They're just coming. Like, they've been coming out like last year, the past few years. Like decent ones that you can actually do stuff with. Haven't tried them personally myself, but they look cool. They look kind of like ZBrush, which is promising. I wish there was ZBrush available on iPad. Or maybe not. In that case, I would like just never get out of the house. Or I would get out of the house with an iPad and then I would sculpt while trying to socialize. And I would end up not socializing at all. So maybe that's a good thing. So the answer is no. I don't use 3D on an iPad. I use Wacom Cintiq 16 for sculpting as a tablet, and I love it. Okay. You're right. Should. Good point. I try to drink it quite regularly. It's just I get carried away with the Sculpt, and I can do it for hours without drinking, like taking a sip. Which is not a good thing. You guys know you should drink water. Okay, I want to jump back into her face. I think I'll leave the hat the way it is for now. I think it looks fine. Just really want to push back her nostrils. That's closer to the concept. Oh boy, those eyelids though. She has such big lips, like a broad stole. Not even sure if you can have them naturally this way. Stay hydrated, that's right. I like her torso is a bit small. Okay. Can I add more mask to the hair by using the ink blade brush? Yeah, from this side. And that side as well. Now I'm gonna mesh it and use this poly hair brush from Polygon. It was a guy that I watch a lot on YouTube. He's a 3D artist as well. He's really cool. Yeah. Allows you to sculpt on the mesh and like imitate hair strands as opposed to like adding actual like tubes of hair. You just sculpting on top of the existing geometry. Yeah. It's all just a template for now. I'm considering getting into the gaming industry more this year, as in like more learning about how everything works in games and real-time engines. Because I feel like that's where the future is at. There's so many apps now that allow you to see everything in AR and AR augmented reality. Augmented? It's basically that. It's like real-time engines. And I don't really have much experience with them. I have a bit of experience from work. Not much. So I thought that would be cool to try out in this year. Actually, from the analytical point of view, can you guys tell me who came from my Instagram? From my Instagram stories or just my social media? Who doesn't know me directly? I'm just trying to figure out whether that whole like promotional thing on Instagram works. So if you could just like say that, hey, I came from Instagram in the chat, that would be nice. If not, that's also okay. Oh, that's great. Круто. Потому что я Саше в личку написала. Сказала, эй, я тут скульптить буду. Приходи, поддержи. И он пришел. Круто. Whoops. And that was my neon light. It just went off, but I don't think that's a biggie. She low-key looks like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Oh no, I know who she looks like. Have you guys seen The Shark's Tale? It's a very old movie. And I think she kind of looks like this character. Lola. Where's her? Right? She kind of looks like her. Maybe I should give her a name. What would you guys call her? I think it's time to join all of the parts together. Well, some of them. Like these ones. They look decent, you know? Cassandra. Whoa, I've not heard that name for a while now. But I like it. I like the X in the start, because that's how... Would that be the way you would spell it in English? Cassandra with an X? I think that's a cool name. Xena. I went to the Jewish school, so I had enough Xenas for the rest of my life. Maybe not Xena. I did Cassandra. I will call Dasha. Dasha, that's never a Russian name. She kind of looks like Dasha though. Oof. Giant lips. Just giant. I think we're gonna do something like this. what should we work on next? I guess combining the parts, as I promised. So I'm gonna duplicate the face, have a backup. Gonna check if it's symmetrical or not. Ugh, and it wasn't. You can see. Yeah, it wasn't symmetrical. I'm gonna duplicate it again. And now I'm gonna do some geeky magic. I'm gonna do remesh by union, which is an operation that basically takes all of the parts and sews them together, like fuses them together. All the polygons are now like fused, as you can see here. And now you can see that I have these polygroups, which are just like areas colored by, well, just colored in different shades. Now I'll just quickly go in, make sure that each area has a corresponding color to it. Think this. One color, another color. Nose, is it something? Yeah, this should work. I wonder if I should combine it with the neck now. Yeah, I'll combine it with the neck. Ooh, shit. Just lost all the colors. That's okay, because we'll be able to reproject them back later in like a minute. Now we have these parts fused together. Okay. You'll also need some arms. Just gonna do that real quick. Again, if you guys have any questions regarding what I'm doing on the screen right now, just feel free to drop them down in the chat, and I'll do my best at answering them. Whether that be just about you or me, or 3D industry inside of New Zealand, just New Zealand in general. By the way, for my Russian viewers, I'm gonna be doing an interview with people from QE Education in Auckland. They're the company that helped me migrate here. And there's gonna be an interview coming up on 20th. Well, yeah, we're gonna record it on 20th of February. So I'd imagine it would be available sometime in the beginning of March. Okay, how much of her? We don't really see her arms, to be honest. I'm not being lazy. I'm just not gonna fully model them. There's this saying in the industry, only model what you see. Is it called trapezium muscles? This one? Oh man, my anatomy knowledge is quite limited. I know only like a few key things that I need to know. I'm still learning every day. But I feel like they're just giant. Trapezium? Yeah, maybe. Or only animate what's on screen. Exactly. Although it does actually make some problems later down the line. Like we had one job, well, actually a few jobs in the studio where animators would only animate certain like parts or elements of the characters on screen, or like props, and then there would be cloth sitting on top of those characters. There would be like one shot and then the next shot, and animators wouldn't necessarily smoothly animate the transition from one shot to another, but just rather would blend from one pose to directly to another. And then our simulation artists would have a hard time like compensating for that jump, because the cloth is there like 100% of the time, no matter like what the character is doing. So they would have to split it into different shots, because if you were to like try to like simulate the whole thing seamlessly, it would like lead to some really unpredictable results in like cloth jumping or breaking or tearing apart, and like getting stuck inside of like characters' armpits, like all sorts of stuff. Yeah, so that's just fun times. Fun times being a 3D artist. Deltoid. That's the one. What's trapezium then? Deltoids. Oh, right. I got them all mixed up. So the trapezium muscle that I was talking about is located on your back. It's right here. See, I'm learning the basics as I go. Shame on me. Basically your back muscles. The ones that connect your back to your shoulders. That's complex. Make it like one scene, multiple cameras. Yeah, but like, you know, you have one scene with multiple shots, and then there's some time where the camera doesn't see the character, so animators go like, meh, why would I animate those like extra 2 seconds, which is like 2 by 25, like 50 frames animation. So they just like drop it, or like characters just do nothing, or they like jump from one space to another. And simulation doesn't really work well with that, when the character just like suddenly teleports to the other part side of the scene, like a 3D scene. That's what I meant. But there are workarounds for that, so it's not really a big deal. Okay, thank you for the muscle name. I completely got trapezium and deltoid mixed up. Well, thank you, sister. It's coming along so nicely. Thank you. I'd say she looked better with makeup, but I'm gonna bring it back once I'm done with this. Split it, subdivide it, delete the levels, merge. So now it's one piece, like the anime. Okay, and once again, I'm gonna do something weird here. I'm gonna push her armpits inside, and I'll explain it in a second. I do it because if I don't do so, it will connect, like, I don't know what to call it, like the upper ribcage part to the inner like bicep part. It will like blend it like nothing is there, and obviously there's a cavity, which is an armpit, so we want to keep them separate. That's why I'm pushing in. Took me a while to learn that, actually. It's like a very essential thing to know, but I would like always be, oh, I'll deal with it later. But then you like realize it once you like, you're 10 hours in and you realize that there's no cavity. You're like, damn, and you have to redo it. Anatomy names are nightmare. Yes, they are. But honestly, I'm enjoying like learning anatomy along the way by making mistakes, like posting artworks online and then realizing that like my character's knee is inverted into like an opposite direction. I'm like, oh shit. Obviously not now, but like a while back it used to be a thing. Okay, so now that we've got all of the parts combined, I'm gonna go to zero mesher. I'm gonna turn all of this messy, triangulated topology. Topology is just the flow of the polygons, which are the four-sided faces of your mesh, into something nicer. I'm gonna hit cube groups. I'm gonna slide this thing all the way down. You don't have to understand it. I understand it, so all that matters for now. I'm gonna set it to something like 20. And then I'm gonna hit Sear Mesher and see what happens. It's not the way I would do it for real production. Like probably Alexandru, Sasha, Serozha, YouTube are looking at it like, oh, that's a terrible topology. And it is. Good thing I'm not gonna animate it, because it's just a speed sculpt. For something the production level, I would obviously take it to Maya and then I would spend like 5 hours doing the proper topology for it. But not today. Just not today. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. I was just saying that you're probably looking at it right now and you're like, oh boy, that's a terrible topology. And it is. Because for animation that would be just, it would just be a nightmare to try to rig it. Oh, what's happening here? Let's try to smooth the groups. So as you can see, it's a bit of a trial and error process, but it's definitely worth it because later when I'm gonna try to pose it, it's gonna come into play. It's gonna be way easier to pose it this way. Okay, so this isn't horrible, I guess. You're rewatching. That's so sweet. I'm actually gonna keep it as that, and what I'm gonna do next, I'm just gonna smooth out all of the transitions between the neck here, between the jawline here, between here, here. And again, not the best topology. I would argue it's very bad topology. You can get much better one with Zbrush. So I'm gonna give it one last try. I'm gonna mask out the lips. I'm gonna select them, do some weird stuff. Don't worry, it looks bad. It will look better in a minute. No, topology is actually, well, in production, yeah. Or like the modeler, it is the last step. But here it's just the middle step, because I'm gonna be sculpting more. Oh yeah, that's better. After that. Okay. So how do I bring back all the nice details that we sculpted? I'm gonna subdivide it one time, and then gonna hide all the geometry apart from the face and the body, the new body that we have, and then I'm just gonna hit project all. Yes. Oof. and it did an okay job. First, you shape with that topology, and after you create new model over with right topology. Yeah, that's how I would do it if I had like all the time in the world right now. But because I'm not planning to spend a week on this character, I'm just doing it a really cheap way. Oh. Okay, that's not. Oh, here is the problem. But we'll fix it by smoothing it all the way. Obviously, we're like losing some detail by smoothing it out. Also, a neat little thing that they added 2 versions ago on Zbrush is this silhouette thing. It's a really nice way to check your silhouette while you're working on the character. Just noticing it. But it's always nice to check how your character is looking in the silhouette. Hey sister! Oh my god, I've got all the siblings here. Hi! I'm a streamer now. Are you proud? Okay. Now we can turn. Yeah, everything back on. See, I went from something like this, something like this. I have no idea what you're doing, but it's satisfying to watch. That's the whole point. I'm sculpting a character using digital clay, using a software called Zbrush. Just in case if you're wondering. Oh, I just realized that in 2 hours I haven't saved one single time. Don't do that. Always save like once every 20 minutes. Otherwise it's pain to redo the work you've already done. Wait, what did we call her? I love the name Cassandra, so she'll be Cassandra with an X. Cassandra, it is. I really like the glow that the original artist added to the skin. Like, not glow, SSS. Subsurface scattering. It's a fancy term, fancy thing. That basically means the amount of light that goes through the skin or any translucent object. Can be like, what can be translucent? I guess like a petal of the flower can be translucent, skin can be translucent. Like I shine some light through my fingers, you'll see the blood flowing through it. So that's basically subsurface scattering, and that's something that you can actually imitate inside of ZBrush and Maya by just switching the shader to something like Ooh. Wait a second. Like zebra paint? Yeah. And in material, you can add the wax modifier. And here, you can just check, use the wax modifier, and you can see like off, on, off, on. I like to add just a tad of SSS while I'm working. Yeah, her arms kind of look creepy. Just gonna quickly mask it, move it more to the side. Ooh. She doesn't look like a girl who works out that much, so we're not gonna give her crazy muscles. Now I really want to add that fold and inflate it a little bit. Okay, that will do for now. I feel like I'm doing something like this for the final render. Yeah. It's gonna get covered by the hair strand here and hairs there. Not doing a full character on this one. I feel like repainting the eyes. Yeah, let's do that. Actually gonna cheat. I'm gonna do something like this. How was your experience when you tried 3D sculpting for the first time? It was horrible. I mean, like, I loved it. I loved it. I thought I was the best sculptor ever. I thought it was so cool. I could get hired by Disney and Pixar, and like all the artists better watch out. It was very bad. I'll try to find it. It was actually my first week at the university here. I have never used Zbrush prior to enrolling, which was one of the mandatory softwares to know. And yeah, I just never used it. I wonder if I still have, because it's a true gem. My first work was Frida Kahlo Stylized portrait. Now I'll really try to find it on my Google Drive. Oh, I found it. Are you ready for it? This was my first 3D sculpt. Terrifying, right? It's so bad on so many levels. That was my first ever 3D sculpt inside of Zbrush. I was super proud of it. I shared it with everyone, and some people even like praised me for it. I feel like it was just them being super nice to me because it's shit. But yeah, like I enjoyed it so much. Oh my god, what happened to that ear? And this duck face. Yeah, but you know, I feel like I've come somewhat of a long way where I am right now, and it only shows that if you really love what you're doing, like the skill will come. Just gotta stay consistent. It is really good. You mean my first sculpt? I don't think it was really good. Give me a second. I'm trying to close all the tabs. So yeah, I actually re-sculpted that thing once more, I think a year later, and that was the result. It's like it was 2 years ago now, and looking at it, it was definitely an improvement in terms of hairs, in terms of like just rendering. Her eyes look better, like some aspects are better. I still love her earrings, even though they look like plastic and not gold. But yeah, there's still so many things I would love to change. Like her lips still look like duck face lips. And maybe I should do like a third version and see how much better I can get it this time. Let me know if you'd be interested in that kind of content. So yeah, anyway, back to the sculpt. No. Do something like this. Let's see how they used to look like. So like this. No, not like this. Yep. I prefer them this way. Hey guys, who's still here? Just drop a message in the chat. Just curious. Who's still with me? Yes. Love it, Sasha. Love it. Doing my work listening to your background music. Oh, that's cute. But that's what these streams are for. Basically, I normally find people who sculpt, like on YouTube live, then I join them and then I just do my work with them. Still here. When I launched Zbrush 15 days ago for the first time, I was like, okay, I can do this. Yeah, that's the first time. It's terrifying because there's so many buttons, and I think Zbrush was like, well, it's not a public opinion, but opinion of some people is that Zbrush's interface is like nothing else. It's some people even don't consider it a 3D program because it's so different in terms of UI, in terms of the way it works. And yeah, everything in general. And as a matter of fact, Zbrush did not start out as a 3D program. It was a 2.5D program that allowed you to paint 2.5D images, and then it slowly transitioned into being a sculpting program. Which is used by industry professionals till this day. Oh, Sasha sent me some photos. Oh, you're actually watching me on the third screen. That's so sweet. What are you animating? That character looks cool. Yeah, Zbrush has some really weird tools that have been here since like the launch, and they still haven't gotten rid of them. Haven't gotten rid of them. That's the one. like 2D tools. You can still paint in 2D, in 2.5D. Just no one does it. No one that I know of. We were planning to do new work too, but this is so satisfying and interesting. Thank you. It can be mesmerizing. I've fallen into this loop before of like watching others stream, but back then I wasn't any good, so that's all I could do. Well, personally, I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna stay here for hours and procrastinate, and then I'm just gonna feel good about someone else working. Not saying that you're doing it, it's just the way I used to be. Just sharing. Because it is quite satisfying to watch someone else work in their own way. Because everyone's like workflows are so different. Also, I find it motivating to watch others work while you work, considering you have more than one screen. Okay, this looks clean. Oof. Yes, you do motivate people. That's really nice to hear. Sorry for that. It's Saturday in Moldova. Why are you working, Sasha? Both of you guys, actually. Why are you working? Or is it just like freelance? Next time I will work, but since this is my first modeling stream, everything is new, so everything is fresh and interesting. Are you planning on getting into sculpting? Because it's cool. You gotta try it. Come to the dark side. We'll have cookies. And crashes. We have crashes too. Zbrush crashes quite a bit, but it's also really good at saving stuff. You have 40 plus shots. Jesus. That would just be hell for me. Like, I've been working in the industry for 4+ years. Well, technically 3 in New Zealand and 1 in Moldova, if that counts. But I have not yet like animated anything. I know some basic stuff. Animation is just not my thing. Oh man, I'm not even looking into the camera, if that makes sense. I'll try to look into it more. Yeah, just not my thing. Tried simulations, tried sculpting, tried grooming, tried like cloth sims. I think even tried rigging at some point. Animation? No. Freelance concept artist. What are you concepting? Are you doing any freelance right now? Okay. You used to animate 2D before 3D, so it wasn't a hard transition for me. Maybe I have an idea to create a rig and character at some point, so maybe I will model it. Yeah, you should start with Zbrush. And then just you decimate your model. I'll show it on here. So like it's quite dense. You just go to decimation, like maybe 10 points, 10k points, and like gives you a triangulated, much lighter mesh, and then you just export it out to Maya and you do some topology with the poly draw tool, poly something tool. You get some nice topology going, and then yeah, off to rigging and maybe texturing. Quite simple, actually. Well, not simple at all, but the workflow is somewhat simple. Let's sculpt some muscles. Okay, What should we do next? Oof, can't find it. There's so many brushes. Where's my smooth brush? Oh, here it is. Oh boy. So many details. But I love this concept, so I think I'm gonna finish this character. Yeah, definitely. I feel like her lips is somehow going in the concept. Like this thing. It's still going down, but okay, I'll leave it. I've been adjusting them for the past 20 minutes. That's what it seems. I'm gonna smooth out this transition a little bit. Oof. Maybe I'll start blocking out. I'll add these ones. The dress straps. Not sure what she's wearing. Like a top. Okay. You know what? Gross. Yeah, maybe I'll just use this one for now. reason it's not working very well. Maybe I'll just do this. See, this one's better. What time is it there? Oh, it's 11 p.m. Actually, I gotta get to bed soon. I know it's baby time, but I really started to value a good night's sleep in the past 3 years or so. Because if I don't sleep enough, oof, it's not good for anyone, really. I need to sleep normal amount of hours. I feel like everyone does, even 3D artists. Am I an owl? I used to be. But not anymore. It used to work for me very well. I'll like sleep till 10 a.m. on the weekends, and then I would work till like 3 a.m. at night. But nah, not anymore. I feel like she's supposed to have a bigger bust. And I feel like I'm gonna give her a bigger bust. Because why not? Right? Ooh. Too big. Hello! You're still here. Okay, maybe... I don't know. There's so many elements. Maybe I'll give her some bigger cheeks. Just a little bit. She doesn't look like a skeleton. Oh my god, Sasha, your spelling. But somehow I managed to like read it and I perfectly understand you. Yeah, it's hard to change sleep schedule. It is. As a matter of fact, I've been struggling quite a bit the past few months. I've been waking up at 6 a.m. working for 2 hours for like personal stuff before work, and then going to work at like 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. I would work and then gym and cook and then go to bed at around like 10 p.m. Super baby time, but that would just feel right for me. It's hard to change. Okay, making back, looking good with hair, not without. Yeah, I don't know how she would look like without the hair. Okay, this one is fine. Yeah. She is looking prettier, gotta admit. Too much facts. What do I cook? Some vegetarian meals, like mixed stuff. Normally cook something in bulk so I can eat it like at work for like 2 days. Well, yeah. Try 4:30 a.m. It feels so good to see sun rising and hear birds sound while walk. Going out for a walk in the district, in the suburb where I live right now. I don't know. Maybe. I actually really enjoy early morning walks when I get to have them. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But not tonight. I'm not staying till 4:30 a.m. Sorry, guys. Wow, so close already. Clicks awesome, Layla. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's not there yet. It's, let's say, 40% done. Maybe, yeah, 40. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna paint the insides of her nostrils a little bit. No one's got painted nostrils, but she does. Just fake shadows, just like the ones that we made for the eyes themselves, the eyeballs. Like obviously there wouldn't be any shadows, but it just looks less freaky with the shadows painted on. That's a trick that I learned from someone else's stream really a while back, and it really helps. Okay. Gonna add more colors in. I'm gonna add something that isn't on the concept. Yeah, so there is this rule of what kind of colors, like major colors, are present in human faces, and they obviously differ from gender and ethnicity and like lots of other factors, like skin conditions and stuff like that. But there is a rule of thumb introduced by probably some really famous painters. It's basically that we have more of a yellow area in the forehead, more of a red blood flowy area nearby the cheeks and the nose, and the bluer area towards the jaw, especially for males, because they shave a lot. So you would see like way like grayer, bluer tones in males. Some bluer tones in females as well. Just not as much. Yeah, basically that. Just don't overdo it and then you'll be fine. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go in with some yellow and add it very lightly in the forehead. You might notice some yellow also in the corners of the lips. And more red in the cheeks, and in the nose, and in the ears as well. Don't forget the ears, even though we'll never see them. Oh shit, forgot to turn on the symmetry. Well, that's okay. Then we'll add some blue, also very lightly. We don't want to make her look like she's shaving. Unless that's a witch thing. Unless Cassandra likes to shave. And I think I overdid it a little bit with the red one. I'm gonna bring back some of the whiter, beigier tones. Yeah, something like that. You can also preview it by going to the flat color and assigning this material to it. You'll see what I painted on the model. And also smooth it from here. Yeah, that will do for now. So I think I'll end the stream here because I'm quite tired, but I'm also quite satisfied with how it turned out for 3 hours and 43 minutes exactly. There's still a long way to go on this character, but I feel positive that I'll be able to finish it tomorrow. Yeah, I might even do a stream. We'll see. Maybe I'll just finish it off screen and post the pretty images on Instagram. But thank you guys so much for joining me and supporting me. That was really nice. If you haven't seen the entire stream already, you could just rewind and watch it again. Watch me suffer again. I actually quite enjoyed it. So thank you so much. And make sure to follow me on social media accounts like Instagram or Facebook. What else do I have? ArtStation. ArtStation is a big one. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I'm just gonna thank you guys all again and then just roll with the ending screen. Because I just gotta show it off. I paid $30 for it, for the preset. And then I suffered for 2 hours trying to get all of the icons to work. But it was worth it, I think. Well, thank you guys so much. Bye.